there, this is Tiff and welcome to the Tiffany Micah podcast. What we do here is we solve your problems so that you're out there working on achieving your big dreams and big goals. So when you listen to these episodes, if you can do me a favor, take a screenshot of the episode that you're actually listening to, share it on social media and share it with your friends with hashtag #PotentialWithTiff, so that I can give you a shout out and really thank you for listening, because I'd really appreciate it. Hey there, this is Tiff from Tiffany Micah podcast, and welcome to another episode of our Bloodline Code. There's only a few more to go, so just make sure that you are taking notes for all these Bloodline Codes and you are doing the work also that I share in them to make sure that you're making these part of your DNA, okay? So every single bloodline code that I've shared with you, I want you to instill it deep into your DNA, into your blood, into your cells, into your inner being, okay? So in this bloodline code today, we want to make sure that we really need to have that resolute certainty. So what is resolute certainty? What does that really mean to you? Well, what it means that you have a composed and self-assured manner. You're incredibly self-confident. You're cool-headed, calm, and at ease with yourself and your surroundings. You are graceful, poised, and in control. Your opposition is on tenterhooks in your presence. You are unruffled and unflustered as you go about your craft. You have your vision and work you have your vision and you work unapologetically towards attaining your goals. You have well-crafted and well-designed plans and execute with precision. You're unstoppable. That is really what resolute certainty is. So what are the main points here in resolute certainty? Well, here are some main points. I've got 7 here for you. So 1 is composed and self-assured. 2 is supreme self-confidence. 3 is graceful, calm, and in control. 4 is unruffled and unflustered. 5, you are highly focused on your vision. 6, you craft plans and you execute your plans. And 7, you're unstoppable. You're a steamroller. That is exactly what you are. But the question then becomes, how do we develop resolute certainty if we're really not sure? Like, we're not sure of where we're headed, right? We're really not sure of what we're doing. We sort of know what we want, but you really don't know how you're going to get to that point of resolute certainty. You know, when you see athletes and you can just see it in their eyes, you can see the focus, you can see the fire, right? They have that resolute certainty, don't they? They really do. And I remember that, I'm just going to share a quick story with you, but I remember when I wanted to create what I'm creating for you now on these episodes of this podcast show, and how I'm building this business that I want to build and help you become the athlete that you want to become and the person that you want to become. And I've wanted to do this for many years. But it was like, how do I create this vision of what I want to do, what I'm starting to put together now? How do I do that when this is something that I've wanted to do for quite some time? And these were the problems that I was encountering. I really wasn't clear. I wasn't clear on what it was that I really wanted to do or how I was going to do it. And I didn't spend time working on it. And that's what made it so unclear, because I never spent the time working on it. It was just sitting in my head. It was just an idea and a dream. And I listened to other people, because the thing that we can get distracted by as well is listening to other people. And I remember a few years ago I went to a female entrepreneur trip to work on my business, but I wanted to start this. This was the vision that I saw where I wanted to head, but I wasn't clear. And when I went to this particular event, they said, no, you got to do what you're doing now because you're really good at what you're doing. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, no, this is what you're going to do. So I was like, okay. And it was great and it helped and it was really good. But here I am a few years later, I think it was about 3 years ago that happened. Here I am 3 years later, and now I'm working on what I want to work on, right? I listen to too many people, and a lot of people say, oh, Tiff, you're such a good teacher. You're so good at teaching golf, and you're so good at teaching tennis, and you're so good at teaching sports skills. And yep, I love it. I absolutely do. But I know I can do more and give more. And they were saying, oh, no, you should keep doing what you're really good at. Well, yeah, I am good at those skills, but I want more. I want to do more. I want to have more impact. I want to help you to become the athlete that you want to become. I want to show you the way. I want to show you how to believe in you. I want to show you all the strategies that you need in place and develop those, like what we're doing now, those bloodline codes deep into your soul. And, I just kept doing what other people said, oh, well, just keep doing that. And I was like, how am I going to get out of this? And I kept having this gnawing feeling like this is what I want to do, which is what I'm doing now. And like I said, I've wanted to create a business to help and inspire and motivate athletes to become obsessed at what they do and show them how to become the champions that they want to become. And the reason that I want to do that and the reason that I'm building towards that is because I wish I had someone who could help me do the same. I wish I had someone that could help me develop the belief in me that I could do what I wanted to do. And last year, this is where it all started to turn around as I spoke to who then became my mentor. A beautiful lady, Susie. She's been helping me for quite some time over the last 12 months, and we talk a lot. And this is how I came about writing my first book, which I've called Focus, How to Reach Potential in Sport, Business and Life. And it's been a very lengthy process putting this book together, but we're nearly there. Started the podcast show just with an idea. And, I'm still formulating and evolving as we go, but I've been working on it for the last 12 months. And now I know what I want to do. I'm very, very clear, but it's been a process. It's been a big process to get there, and that's how we develop that certainty, because people think that you just wake up one morning and then you have this resolute certainty. And that's not true. It's a development, right? It's an evolution, but you've got to put the time and you've got to do the work on it. So how do we do that? How do we develop resolute certainty? Well, for one, we're going to be looking at all the bloodline codes and doing all the work from them. Okay, so really step one is to work through all the bloodline codes. They're all here on the podcast show. There's a few more to come, but they're here. So you got to work through all of those. Number two, work through the halftime series. So that's the second step, isn't it? So about 2 weeks ago, I shared with you some episodes, parts 1 to 4, I called the halftime series in planning, how to plan, right? How to evaluate what's happened in the last 6 months, how to plan for the next 6 months, right? We're creating that vision of where we want to go. We're putting plans in place. You've got to do that, again, because you've got to be clear. I shared with you how I went skiing about 2 weeks ago. Now, when I wasn't skiing, in the mornings, I'd get up really early and I'd spend 2 hours every morning working on crafting my goals for the next 6 months, crafting what I wanted to do in the next 3, and then breaking it down what I had to do week by week. I was doing that 2 hours every morning before I went and spent the rest of the day skiing, and that was on my break, on my holiday, because I wanted to come back and I wanted to be certain, okay? I wanted to have that resolute certainty of I knew exactly what I was going to do when I came back. Number 3, creating habits or routines that will keep you constant and consistent. So you're designed to move you forward towards helping your goals, these habits and routines. So what are some habits that you could actually develop into your daily routine? Well, I talk about this one a lot, meditation. Incredibly important that you meditate, right? Because it keeps you highly focused. Number 2, visualization. Well, we know where we want to go. We have an idea where we want to go. Let's start visualizing about it. Where's a moment that you want to feel and actually happen in your life? Start visualizing that. 3, we've got to craft your ultimate vision. So what you want to do is write out exactly what your ultimate vision is in detail. Then record and listen to it. I've done that. I listen to it every morning. I listen to it either at the gym or when I'm driving in the car, or when I'm doing a particular blueprint routine of a morning. I listen to it because I want to make it part of who I want to become. Number 4, this is part of the habits, is your training habits. What training habits will benefit you? What are the things that you need to be doing from a training point of view that's going to benefit you? And number 5 in those habits is eating. What kind of eating habits? What kind of food are you going to eat that's going to fuel your body? If you haven't been onto my website, I've just changed my website. If you have a look down the bottom, I've got some products there about fueling your body, right? So you can go and have a look at that as well to give you an idea of what you need to be doing to fueling your body, to give your body the right food. Number 4, evaluating on a weekly basis. Not only weekly basis, daily, monthly, quarterly. We've got to be doing all of that. Number 5, tracking. So we need to track our habits. Are the habits that we're doing working for us? Tracking our sleep. Are we sleeping enough? We need that rest, okay? It's called self-care. We've got to have that recovery. Emotions. We need to be tracking our emotions so we know what's going on, if there's any patterns going on. And can we improve those emotions that are actually coming about us? So sometimes we get this emotional roller coaster. How can we control our emotions better? But we need to track them so we're aware of what's going on. Our energy levels. We need to be tracking our energy levels. The high, low could be reflecting the food that you're eating. And then tracking your skills, tracking your sport, right? All the things there, things that are working, things that are not. And number 6, anticipating obstacles, right? So it's planning on what to do if there are obstacles that come up. So what happens, for example, if you got an injury? What kind of support network do you need? What kind of rehabilitation plan would you need? What type of habits do you need to have in place to help you overcome that injury or to keep you focused so you don't get sidetracked? What type of food plan would you need to have? What kind of mental conditioning plan would you need to have? Right? This is how we craft and develop the resolute certainty. There's quite a bit here, but that's what we need to do. So I'll just quickly go over it again. So 1, we've got to work through all the bloodline codes. 2, we've got to work through the half-time series. Got to go through that. 3, we're creating habits and routines that are going to keep us constant and consistent. 4, we're evaluating on a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. 5, we're tracking our habits, sleep, emotions, energy levels, and our sport. And 6, we're anticipating obstacles. This is how we do it. This is how we craft and develop resolute certainty. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you haven't yet visited my site, I've put in the homepage, new site together. I have the number 1 deadly mistake that athletes make. If you have not yet read that, you need to make sure that you read that, because you don't want to make that same deadly mistake that all athletes make, that don't become the champions that they want to become. So make sure that you download that. I'd love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, I would really appreciate too if you could share these episodes with your friends. And I want you to, if you've just got 30 seconds to spare, I'd really appreciate if you could leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Have an awesome day. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions about the frustrations that you're actually going through right now, come over and visit my site, tiffany-mika.com, and you will see on the home page I've set up Ask Tiff. Now what Ask Tiff is this is where you can ask me a question and I will record an episode for you on how to solve that frustration or those frustrations you're actually going through, so that we can get the problem solved for you so that you're actually out there achieving your big dreams and goals. So if you want me to mention your name in the episode, happy to do so. If you don't, I can keep it anonymous. It's fine by me. But make sure you go over and go to the Ask Tiff on the homepage of my website. If you've just got 30 seconds to spare, I'd also appreciate if you could leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. And remember, take a screenshot, add the hashtag potentialwithtiff so that I can give you a shout out for sharing these episodes on social media. I'd really appreciate it. And remember this, always, always, always dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams.